Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 1181. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, please jump on over to WODdoc.com. Check out all of our full-length videos. That's where we house them. If you were following along yesterday, you saw that I posted something about how cleans, the clean technique that will eventually hurt your back. So of course I got some questions that came in. I said, well, how do we go ahead and fix this? I'm going to show you one simple way. It's not the only way, but by yourself and stuff like that, this is a great way to be able to give yourself some feedback. All right, I'm a big person on reinforcing the incorrect movement pattern. What I mean by that is feeding the fault. This is something from, like, you know, FMS and SFMA and stuff like that. So that means that if I'm going in a certain direction, I'm going to add a resistance that pulls me in the wrong direction. Okay, so in this case, if my first instinct is to be into a position that looks like this and to start the movement by backing up, right, by extending my back, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a band, which is about my chest level, right? I'm going to hook it to any vertical truss that I can find, right? And I'm going to get into that same position. First of all, if I'm in that position and I look like this, I'm not ready to get into that third pole to begin with, right? I need to be able to get upright so that way I can launch my hips into the air, right? And if I get into the right position with this band, I should almost feel like I'm getting pulled backwards. Now, this isn't something that I would be doing with heavy weights, but this is a way to groove a pattern, especially if you don't have a coach, right? So, I got this band underneath my armpits. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get this bar. I would have this weighted to a very lightweight, but I don't have anything on it, just so you guys can see. All right, so if I get into that prime position, that pocket position that I call it, right? If I'm starting that movement bent over and I'm getting into a position that looks like that, I can feel that, right? So what I want to do is I want to keep that constant tension on the band, and I want to be able to feel that same constant tension. So if I'm coming down into a position that looks like this and raising up, I shouldn't feel a difference in that tension of the band, right? Versus if I'm getting into a position that looks like this and leaning backwards in a position like that. So boom, I should be able to feel that difference because I'm pulling against this band. Now I can even further this by actually bringing it up into muscle clean or a power clean type of position, right? So if I get into this position, this power position, this pocket position, and I go ahead and I go through that movement, boom, where I get into that position, you can see that I relatively didn't move that much at all. I didn't move, my torso didn't move that much at all, right? My legs generated that power. Boom. That's what I want to be able to do without too much horizontal movement, without too much of this, right? So, a way to do it, not the only way, but a way out there. So at least this gets to answer some of your guys' questions. Any comments on this, throw it below. And besides that, guys, until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.